Thanks for tuning in. I want to do something a little bit different in this video. I felt rather compelled to do this because, as you guys know, over the past couple of weeks, there have been a lot of going back and forth as it relates to the GoPro Karma and the DJI Mavic. And if you follow the community at all, been on Facebook and different forums, there's been a lot of heated discussion about which one is better. And one of the more entertaining things that I felt like have come out of this is this photo right here that shows the birth date of the Karma, and then just a short 8-9 days later when the Mavic was announced, RIP GoPro. I've been doing videos in this garage for over 5 years now, just showing a lot of the DIY stuff. You know how much I love open source and just the flexibility that you get with being able to build your own drone, configure them, and over time I purchased the Inspire 1, the Phantom 4, as well as the 3DR Solo. And what I want to talk about is not who has the better camera, GoPro or DJI, who has longer flight times, who has the better design. All of that stuff is important to certain people. It reminds me a lot of mobile now, right? You think about it, those mobile platforms, the hardware, whether it's a Samsung Galaxy or an Apple iPhone, to me personally is somewhat of a commodity. Of course, the design is important, all of that, but really what I pay attention to are the apps. Can I get to my data? Can I do interesting things with them? And I think what we're going to see in the drone space, it's going to evolve so much faster, right? So we have the Inspire 1, the Phantom 4, now the Mavic. GoPro has the Karma, and at the end of the day, those are tools to get aerial photography, maybe do mapping, maybe do interesting things. Quickly, those are going to become commodity pieces of hardware, where more or less it's all about getting in the air with a sensor and doing interesting stuff with the data. And my opinion is, and this is obviously coming from a software guy's perspective, is the platform that enables third-party apps, gives developers extensive access to APIs to do interesting things, very application-specific things, is going to be the winner. Now, right now, DJI currently leads in that category. If you guys aren't familiar with Drone Pan, I've talked a lot about it on the channel, and it's just a very simple app, right, that allows photographers to go out and shoot a panorama. It's not something that's currently being done in the DJI Go app, and because DJI released the SDK, we were able to come along, do this, open source it, and provide value to the drone community. So I do hope that GoPro, if you're listening, I really think you guys need to think about third-party developers. I know in the past, GoPro cameras have been rather closed, and really the winner in this space is going to be those drone manufacturers that realize how important software is and how developers can go and build on that platform and enable end users to do very specific things. It's not very different than me pulling up my iPhone, going to Instagram, I'm done with Instagram, I'm over on Facebook, maybe sending an email, and that's what I envision drone apps allowing consumers to do. And the question about Android versus iOS, in my opinion, becomes irrelevant. This is DJI Go that runs on Android. I run it on my iPad when I'm in the air. When I'm doing stuff with Osmo, I have it on my Android device. The point is, I have software that can go across many different platforms. And our goal with Drone Pan originally was to support the 3DR Solo. I think 3DR did a decent job of giving DJI a run for their money. They were based off of Pixhawk, they were based off of ArduPilot, Mavlink protocol, and it was very easy for me as a developer to make Drone Pan available for the 3DR platform. We won't get into all the specifics of what happened over there, but 3DR was definitely a good platform to develop for. Now, I've received a lot of comments and questions as it relates to what do I prefer personally, the GoPro Karma or the DJI Mavic. And what I can say right now is that we have a couple of Mavics on order, mainly because we need to have compatibility with Drone Pan, just like with the Inspire 1 and the Phantom 4. If and hopefully when GoPro announces SDK support for the Karma, we'll order a Karma and make sure that Drone Pan is compatible with it, because at the end of the day, when we wrote Drone Pan for the Solo, which runs the GoPro camera, to the end user, it was very hard to tell the difference between a panorama that was generated by a DJI aircraft versus the Solo. And that just gets back to my point, is these are tools that ultimately enable us to go do interesting things. So at some point, these drones, UAVs, whatever you want to call them, are going to be cheaper to buy from a manufacturer than to build ourselves. And that's not a problem. I'm still going to build them because I enjoy tinkering. I always love to do something a little bit different. But we're already seeing the prices come down, and what's going to make these things very interesting is the software. So I'll get off my soapbox. I just wanted to share that from my perspective, a software guy's perspective. And if you guys have any questions, feedback, think I'm crazy, please share that below. I'll be happy to respond. And until next time, thanks for watching.